Alright guys, just letting you know, this is my boy Icono Digital. He is currently Bronze 5 on the Japanese server, but he's looking to improve his game. This game, he is playing Jungle Tryndamere. Alright, perfect. Let me go and pause this for 1 second. Let me quit out of here. Here we go. Alright guys. So again, this is Icono Digital from Twitch chat. He is Bronze 5 on the Japanese server. And let me take a look at your runes and masteries for this game before I get started. And for Jungle Tryndamere only. Alright, let me bring up the runes and masteries real quick, just so I can show you. Alright, this is pretty much just for Jungle Trend. But what I've been noticing that's been working really effectively lately, and I don't know if you have the IP for these runes yet at Icono Digital. But let me let's see. Let me get that out of the way, pull this up. So what's been working for me is taking 35% attack speed in the jungle. So taking attack speed on the quints, the marks, and the glyphs, and then having 9 armor on the seals. And that's been working really well for me. But besides that point, if you're doing Jungle Tryndamere, instead of taking Battle Trance, this only increases your damage versus champions. Instead, take Double-Edged Sword because it deals 3% additional damage, which includes jungle monsters. So this will increase the speed of your jungle clear. Also, keep in mind that the assassin only deals 2% increased damage to champions, not to jungle monsters. So for the jungle, getting runic affinity will be more helpful. So, like for your early ganks, you'll have your red buff for longer. So you have more time to work with that. Also, since you are jungle, there's not many times you're going to be making use of the bandit mastery. So go ahead and take dangerous game instead. These runes are fine. Obviously, you still need to get the 2 extra cooldown per level glyphs if you are going to be running like the standard CDR page. But maybe you're still working up to getting that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get in the replay. Alright.
Minions have spawned.
Oh, and let me take off Fog of War. There we go. Alright, it's starting red buff. That's fine. That's good. Level 2. What are you doing? Alright, what you're doing here, first of all, you showed yourself on the mid wave when you crossed through mid. If, I'm not sure what that pathing is, but instead of... Oh, did you also smite the red buff? Wait. Hey, don't smite red. So the one camp you never really want to smite when doing your clear is the red buff. The reason is red buff has negative armor. If we take a look at red buff, it has negative 15 armor. So for this camp and this camp alone, you're actually dealing extra damage to it compared to the other camps which have some base armor value. So the best camp for you to smite on your first clear if you're starting red buff is typically this big raptor. So if I were you, go ahead after you clear that, go ahead spin into this big raptor camp and just focus the big raptor first and smite it right off the back. That way you could just get out of the way, clear all the mini raptors, then you can move to your wolves and then your blue. And then you can look bot, or you can do Grump and Scuttle for level 4. So that's what your jungle path should be looking like. But you pathing through here, you just basically showed, like, the whole enemy team that you're right there. So the jungle, like the jungler, the Rengar knows where you are, where you started. He knows you're going from red probably to blue buff. And if the Rengar wanted to, obviously he probably won't since this is bronze 5. But if the Rengar wanted to, he could path up to your top jungle and take your raptors and your Krugs, and then go back and clear his whole jungle and get a significant advantage. It's fine if you don't start raptors as Tryndamere in this elo because no one will know to leash you on this shit. Like bronzies will be super confused. So it's okay that you started red there instead of raptors. Keep in mind, when you're doing these camps, if you're not kiting out the camps, there's no reason for you to be attack moving in between autos. Instead of attack moving in between autos, like doing these jungle camps, since you don't have warlords or you don't have the Kinesis Shard or Static Shiv, so moving around doesn't actually benefit you. Instead, what you can be doing is looking around the map and seeing what lanes are, like, able to be ganked. Like, right now, it's looking like bot lane might be feasible, since it's a Ziggs bot, so he's going to be pushing in, and you have Jhin, who can provide CC. And you have a Sona, too, who can maybe exhaust. So that's what I'd be looking for, probably a bot lane gank. Especially since we know Rengar started top bot side since the bot lane leashed. Right now, I'd be looking to do your Scuttle Crab. Because Scuttle Crab... wait. Oh, you didn't do Raptors, never mind. So you were not going to go all 4. So yeah, so what you're doing here, this kind of clear, going from red to wolves to Grump. Now when you're pathing back, you might as well go back to base at this point. Because pathing back is going to take as much time as you just basically walking from base. It's a pretty similar distance, you might as well be efficient. And you can go ahead and buy a longsword or something. And that'll help you out. Bot's looking pretty juicy. Wait. Why'd you spin away from Katarina? You have a red buff. You're Tryndamere. Let's see what happened here. Okay, don't use your spin just because. Use your spin to deal damage to the Scuttle Crab. Go ahead and finish that Scuttle. You shouldn't be scared of just the Katarina being there. Damn, she stole the Scuttle. It's unlucky. I don't like you pathing through mid every time you're crossing the map. Like, you see Rengar stole your Krugs. It's because he knows you never did them. So you just path through mid after doing red. Make sure when you spin, you hit the entire camp, including this big raptor. I mean, this looks available to gank, right? I mean, the Garen's pretty low, and you have flash available. I'd like to gank that, man. Like, this guy's still playing up, even though the wave's pushing towards Fiora. And he's below half HP. Like, the Fiora probably thought you were coming up. I think this, you could, like, and the Garen has no flash. I don't know if the Fiora pinged it. Yeah. I mean, in Bronze 5, everyone's gonna be flaming everybody. But yeah, you probably should have ganked this guy. You could have killed him. Because he's pretty low, has no flash. Yeah. Like, you probably don't know if he has flash, but I mean, you have flash, and you have your spin. And Garen really has no escapes. So, that could have been a kill for you. First blood. It's the kind of stuff that I need you to be seeing if you're going to play Trend Jungle. It's okay if you want to just AFK farm. Like, why are you going back to your top side? Why? Why are you doing this? Your whole top side jungle you just cleared. Go ahead and go back to your bot side. Like, if you were going to gank this Garen, you need to do it efficiently right after you did your top side. Yeah, you can't be going back to your top side. Go to your bot side and clear your jungle. What you're doing here, like, you already knew that your Krugs were gone. Because, I mean, you walked by him before when you backed right here. So go ahead and go to your, like, you would just wasted, like, about 30 seconds at least. Hey, man, do you have this enabled? Make sure, I'm not sure if you have this enabled, Icono Digital, but make sure you have the show neutral camps enabled. Because this is what it's going to look like all the time. You won't know when your jungle camps are up. But if you go to your interface in options, and you go to your interface, and then you go to minimap, show neutral camps, this will show you if your camps are available to you since the last time you saw them. Yeah, so I'm going to be playing red for this coaching session. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Yeah, make sure you have that enabled because that gives you a lot of information. Why? When I'm taking a look at you doing your clear. Why are you using your Q when you're basically full HP? Save your Fury so they have a higher percent chance to crit the monsters, man. This happened all day yesterday where you're just queuing at full HP, ulting at full HP, just over and over again. Spending Gromp, that's okay. Hey, it's shit going down bot, man. I see Rengar 1 HP and Zig's pretty low as well. And both your bot laners are still up. If you wanted to, you could have walked down, taken this little blasting cone, taken it over the wall, and ganked bot. and you probably would have picked up a kill. And again, keep this in mind, Icono Digital. At this elo, it's okay to go ahead and AFK farm until you get strong enough where you can just right click everyone to death. But if you're going to be doing that strategy, I want to make sure that you're being completely efficient with your farming. So go ahead from the Scuttle Crab, go ahead and clear your whole top side. Go back, buy your item. If you're going for the jungle item, go ahead buy towards your jungle item, and continue to farm and just get a level lead like that, because this Rengar is just gonna like constantly gank over and over again. You already have a level advantage on him, and you still have 3 camps up, so you're in a good spot. Alright then. If you know you're going to be backing after these 3 camps, don't queue while fighting these. Let yourself get low HP. If you notice, if you read your Q ability, the lower HP that you are, the more base attack damage that your Bloodlust, your Q, is going to offer you. Which means you're going to deal more damage to the monsters, which means you're going to clear them faster. So go ahead and let yourself get low in the jungle if you're just focused on clearing. And always keep an eye out in your W, that way you can see Rengar coming. Make sure your spin hits the full camp. This gank is not going to work. 2 reasons. First, your pathing is incorrect. If you were going to go for a gank, I mean, this guy's full HP too, and he's full tank. And it's Garen, he has flash. Go ahead and just do your clear, man. If you're going to AFK farm, keep AFK farming so you actually gain an advantage, instead of just, like, doing nothing on this gank. This is not going to work. You're just going to waste time. Damn, that Fiora got melted. Yeah, I'm, like, that Fiora is stupid as hell. I agree with you there. Oh no, you missed all those minions. Alright. Go ahead and do your red buff, and then do your bot side jungle, and then go back. That way, while you're backing and while you're walking back from base, your camps are taking the time to respawn. What's up, Aoki?
Red team double kill.
I see you just cleared your top jungle, right? Why are you walking back to your top side again? This is like the 3rd time I've seen you do this. Why did you ward this bush? Just like, what? It's 9 minutes in the game. The Rengar isn't waiting for you to come back from base. And if he was, like, you just fucking kill his ass. It's like, I don't know what this does for you, this ward. Yes, these games are being recorded and put on YouTube, Aoki. All VOD reviews will be put on YouTube pretty much immediately by Asshunt. You used your Q at full HP again. Stop doing that. Do your bot side jungle before you get back up to your raptors. Yes, this guy, Icono Digital is Bronze 5 on the Japanese server. Oh, hey. There you go. Wait. No, you can kill him. Wait, what's going on here? Wait, you could have killed both of them, man. You keep ulting a full HP. Perfect. You killed him. Go, like, this Katarina is half HP. Go ahead, kill her too. You ulted at full HP again. I'm gonna tell you this one more time, and then I'm not gonna mention it again. Go ahead from now on. Work on ulting only when you think you're just about to die. Just that very last second. You keep ulting just because you're scared. You ult, and then you just flash away when you're full HP. And this guy, you could have killed him. He doesn't deal enough damage to even kill you from that point. You could have killed this guy very easily. And like, now that you've ulted and flashed away, now you're not scared of the Katarina? I'm not sure what your logic is there. This is perfect. Push the wave in. Push this wave in. Why are you so scared? You're full HP. Alright. You need to play a little bit more aggressive. You're playing so passive that you're never testing your limits. You need to let yourself fail. You need to let yourself die sometimes. Don't listen to that, Icon Digital. Pushing this wave in was the correct choice because she was dead. And if you didn't push this wave in, then Katarina would have pushed the wave in anyways, and the creeps would have died to the turret before Ari gets back. Like, in Bronze 5, you don't need to listen to a single person. In fact, you can do mute all before every game starts and just play your own game. Make sure your spin hits the whole camp. This game could work. Fiora's pretty low, so Garen might go aggressive. Again, remember, his only path to escape is running back towards his turret. Remember to attack move and walk forward towards his escape route. Attack move, walk forward. Attack move, walk forward. Also, let me look back at this gank again. You don't need to use your spin right there. Just walk up and W. And then save your spin for if he flashes or whatever. You need to save your spin so that when you spin, it deals damage. Don't just spin for whatever. And now, since you didn't attack move correctly, he gets away. If you attack move towards his escape route, you'll win fine. Attack this Rengar. You can kill them both. Okay. Maybe. Actually, the Rengar is a lot of damage. Maybe it's fine, you just backed up. But at least attack the Rengar when he's going for the Fiora, and then just back up. Hey, if you're down here, take your grump while you're there. Every time I've seen you back, you've been really inefficient. Never leave camps up when you back, unless you're like really low. Never leave camps up when you back. If you continuously leave camps up when you back, then you're not being as efficient as possible, which means in a lot of cases you'll fall behind in levels. But in this case, the Rengar is ganking so much, and a lot of his ganks aren't working, so you're actually still even with him in levels. Alright, Lightsor. I'll hit you up after the... I'm coaching Icono Digital right now. I'll take a look at your game after. Wait, what just happened here? I'm assuming you fat fingered your R. That's unlucky. What's going on? You alright, dude? Alright. Go ahead and clear your jungle from top. Here, 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 here. Just go from top to bottom. Don't even look for a gank at this point. You haven't developed your game sense enough right now to know like what gank will work and what gank won't work. So the best thing to do as Tryndamere jungle in this instance, if you're not like completely sure of which ganks will work, just go ahead and AFK farm the jungle and just get really strong yourself, and you'll win a lot more games. Remember, you can see this Rengar coming with your W. This whole time that the Rengar is in this bush, when you look at your ability, the W is like highlighted. You know this Rengar is in there. Keep that in mind. Like this whole time you're doing this camp and the Rengar is just right there chilling, you know he's in there. Use that advice in another match? Alright, good. Alright, let's take a look at that. Okay, so this sucks. The Rengar, he took your red, and you're kind of pissed, right? You're like, fuck this Rengar. I don't want him to have my red. you shorted your spin so you didn't spin for the full length, and then you're like, oh fuck, to auto attack I'm gonna get on top of him. But you gotta remember that he can just plant away. So if you're going to do this play, let me show you how to do it. Because there is a way that that flash that you did can work. So this happens, this sucks. Go ahead, spin the full length. Spin the full length instead of that short spin. And then, instead of flashing to auto-attack the Rengar, flash and auto-attack this plant. That way he can't use it to escape. So hit the plant first before the Rengar, so that you guys are both bounced back in the same direction. And then you can fight him. And if you'll probably win, because you have your challenging smite up, and you have your ult up. But instead, you flash out of the Rengar, and then he uses the plant and knocks you towards the Garen. And then, when he ulted you, you didn't use your ult in return. So the Garen ult has a really long animation, kind of like the Darius ult does, where you can just wait to actually see the animation starting, and then you can press ulti. And you'd be set.
Red team's turret has been
Right now you're just AFK in base, wasting a little bit of time. I don't like you getting tabbies here. Yes, they do have a lot of auto attack damage, but I would rather you could get Berserker Greaves for the jungle, just at this point. Like, the tabbies, they're okay, but just get the Berserker Greaves and just deal more damage. Yeah. And instead of getting Blood Razor in future games, I would like to see you get Warrior. So here's the jungle build that I've been doing that's been really good. I've been going the Warrior enchant into Blade of the Ruined King. However, keep in mind that, you know, since you're bronze, you're still learning the game, you might not use the item active of the Blade of the Ruined King correctly. So instead of buying Blade of the Ruined King, what you can buy, you can buy a Static Shiv into Infinity Edge, and that can be your build. You can buy a Warrior, Static Shiv, Infinity Edge, and just have good passive damage. I don't want you worrying about buying a Blade of the Ruined King, because from what I've been seeing, you're having trouble keeping track of your basic abilities and your basic summoners. So don't overload yourself with buying item actives. Just go ahead and buy items that give you passive stats. So if you want, as well, you can go Warrior, Stag Shiv, Black Cleaver, Infinity Edge. That could be an option as well. Go ahead and find a build that works for you.
killing spree. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Through my word shall transcend.
It's fine. Keep farming, doing your thing. Good ulti. Alright. Icon Digital, from this point forward, I think the best thing you need to start focusing on is your jungle clear, and make sure that you're doing full clears, that you don't leave camps up. Make sure that I would change up your item build a little bit. Focus more on just like right clicking abilities, because I don't think you're going to be using Blade of the Ruined King effectively at this point until you start getting more used to the game. So I would go something like Warrior into Stack Shiv into Infinity Edge. That'd probably work for you. Maybe get a Black Cleaver, or even a Lord Doms after. Go ahead and a lot of your ganks, they aren't working. Only gank if like it's just like the freest kill you've ever seen. And try to work on using your W to scout brushes, and make sure to, at this point, start making sure to use your mini-map a little bit more as well. And those are the kinds of things you should be focusing on. Your in-game mechanics, they'll come. Wait. Okay. Hold up. Are you griefing this guy? Were you like, Fiora, fuck you? Or... I don't know what happened there. Yeah, maybe it's typing. I don't know.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
At this point in the game, just pick a lane, Icon Digital, and run it down. Just go ahead and keep pushing and getting objectives until they stop you. Go ahead and just pick a lane. Just go bot. Just push it out and push it out until they stop you. A lot of people in Browns, they don't even like see you pushing lanes, and they just won't ever stop you. Get a bunch of free objectives. So don't go in the mid lane. Pick either top or bottom to just start split pushing. I split. That's what I did. Yeah, I wouldn't ask people. I would just start doing it. And if they group with you, then whatever. Just stay with them. But just pick a side lane and just push it down. And just be opposite of the map of Fiora, because Fiora is going to look to split as well. Alright, you guys stack shift. Alright, perfect. Alright, just go... Alright, they're grouping bot, so just push mid. Alright, never mind, now they're going back mid, so go bot. Just go bot. I don't. Why are you looping around here? Just go bot. Just go bot. I don't know why you're mid. Yeah, you should be bot. All those pings from Fiora, just ignore them. That's a decent ulti. You need to, instead of being top, just go bot. I mean, it looks like your team's doing work, man.
While everyone is watching.
Yo, keep pushing. There's no one stopping you. Just keep going, man. Like, you don't even have bottom camps up. There's no reason for you to be going wherever you're going. You should just keep pushing button. I'm pretty sure you just ulted at full HP again. It's like, you see shit going down, and you just fucking slam your keyboard and press all the buttons. That's pretty much what I see. I'm gonna be honest, man. This Fiora is carrying you. Like, she has 11 kills, man. She's a beast. And you used your Q at full HP again, even though you had you know, your full HP. So you just wasted your Fury again. This guy is Bronze 5 Japanese server. Pretty decent. Just running down mid. I think you guys can end. Or at least get in him. Wait, use ulted at full HP again. Like... what were you scared of that time? Like, no one was even hitting you. You weren't even close to danger. Yo, like, what key do you have your ult on? Is it R? Do you have the QWER setup? Yeah, I guess that's true. Alright. Hey, you'll get there in time, man. I think you just need to remember how important the Tryndamere ult is. It's the most important ability in your whole kit. Out of everything you have, and you're just using it just whenever.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
That's good. Take the inhibitor. Perfect. No one's even stopping you, man. This is what you should be doing. After 20 minutes, every game you play jungle Tryndamere, just hard farm, and then at 20 minutes, just split down a lane, and just keep going until someone stops you. And then maybe you can even fight them at that point, too. Alright, go ahead and just run it down mid. You got 3 inhibs down. Like, that's a lot of supers. Alright, get an item. That's cool too. Alright, just run it down mid.
Killing spree.
Alright, good job, man. Alright. Alright, well, kind of digital. Alright, I hope you are able to take something from that. And I'm glad you're able to use that W trick I told you about in a future game as well. Yeah, a big problem is your ult, but also for your jungling, your whole jungle path is kind of fucky. I would just go ahead and, if you're doing jungle Tryndamere, just do a complete full clear of your jungle and then look to do something. And if nothing is, like, if you can't do anything, then go back to base and do another full clear and just rinse and repeat until you start getting a hang of how the jungle works.